for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American.
That's the flag from the World Trade Center. Hi, I'm Darren Dione Aquino. I'm running for Congress. Let me tell you what happened. Come in my office. That's our flag over there. I still believe it's our freedom. It represents our freedom. Since 9/11, our freedom has been taken away little by little by the Congress we elected. The other night, Thursday night, today's Sunday, we just got back from church, my wife and myself. I want to show you a document, my poster. You see that poster? Those are two other candidates running for Congress. This one has very limited experience as a local legislator and failed to win the Senate because I guess he didn't have what it takes. This one here is running on the premise that she's a great district attorney, so thereby she'd be a great congresswoman. Not the case. In fact, if you look close at my head, you'll see those bruises. Thursday night at about 11:15, I was assaulted by Democrats that told me not to put this up. But me being an American, our flag, that belongs to all of us around the world, wherever an American is, so is our flag. You see, they thought they would intimidate me and stop me from running because they don't want this line that says Americans for Veterans. I was fed up with the explosive news over the VA administration. Our veterans deserve the best treatment we can give them. It's Congress who's responsible for what they don't get. What they get and what they don't get. It's a job of every congressman to see to their community has the full extent and power of the federal government. These two candidates don't have that character to do that. One is running on a name, the other one is placed there purposely so that she could win. It's kind of a Republican-Democratic thing locally. We need to wake up as Americans. Since 9/11, there's been less jobs, unemployment at all high, people losing their homes to foreclosure. Healthcare, that new healthcare, Obamacare. Obama don't care, because if he did care, our veterans would have had the best healthcare. He's the only president in their history that let this happen to our veterans. But yet we voted him in because he said good things. Good people do good things. They don't say good things. I've been known for my service to country and serving disabled Americans for 28 years, recognized by every White House, except his White House. That flag is real important to me. They won't intimidate me because, see those colors? They don't run, and neither do I. I won't be intimidated by any candidate. It's tragic that candidates resort to this because they want to steal the job. Because it's a job to them. It's a responsibility to me. We need to be responsible Americans this election day and change the entire Congress. Because if it doesn't work for us, if they're not working for us, they're working against us. They haven't shown us any progression in society with good benefits. Opportunity has been taken away. Our privacy rights have been taken away. And they blame it on the attacks from other countries, from Iraq and the 9/11. They blame the Patriot Act on that. The Patriot Act is a good act. But we need more patriots to put it together. We don't need politicians. We don't need another lawyer into office. I got bruises on my head because they don't want an American in there. They want a politician in there. What do you want in there? Do you care about your mom and dad who's in a nursing home, who's being abused, while on her watch as the district attorney of Nassau County? Not one person was arrested for abuse of the elderly. Is that the kind of person you'd like leading in Congress? I wasn't going to make this one, but after you hit me in the head to stop my freedom to run, all Americans should be concerned nationwide. I've alerted some veterans. I got 43 phone calls from veterans that need help in Florida, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Tennessee, that need help because they're not getting that help. I've been fortunate enough and blessed by God with a wisdom and a knowledge and perseverance to not stop in fighting for community. I didn't want to run for Congress, but if this keeps up, we're going to run from Congress. This country will turn into a civil war. It's going backward and not forward because we the people didn't make the choices we needed to make. So why don't we do this? Why don't we make some better choices? Why don't you go to www.adaadvocates.com. A lot of you know me from seeing me on famous TV shows, being an actor. That's what I do for myself. But when I'm working advocates for disabled Americans, veterans, police, and firemen, there are firemen nationwide that say, "Thank you, Darren. You're my hero." I said, quite the contrary. You're my hero. That's why I do what I do. I don't get paid for it. I don't want to get paid for it. We all have to contribute to America to make it a better America. We need to get rid of politicians and put people in place. I'm Darren Dione Aquino, and I'm running for Congress. The only other credibilities I have that you would know me to explore me is the acting and the advocacy, which has been tremendous. But it's not right that advocates got to step up to help other Americans. We put a government in place for that, and it's not working. So what do we need? We need to not vote party and vote people. They're trying to take me off the ballot because of that Americans for Veterans line. Tomorrow I go and challenge them because there's a couple of other things. I'm dyslexic, and they didn't format it for me in a video cassette where I can hear it instead of view it. But that's okay. That's tomorrow's debate. But I won't quit. And if they don't put that line on the ballot, I'm asking every American who cares about America, cares about our veterans, cares about the elderly, cares about children with autism who aren't getting the services they need. My wife is a director of services, special needs children. And every day she complains to me how they cut the benefits. I told her we can make a class action and go before the United States Supreme Court on a writ of certiorari. Why? Now, you think I talk like a lawyer. That's because I taught myself the law to fight politicians who are lawyers that take our rights away. I don't want to do that anymore. So I put my acting down, lifted my advocacy up for the good of this community. When I go to Washington, it will be us going there. It'll be regular people. I will lead you as the congressman in Washington, but I'll be your representative, Darren Dione Aquino, here. We'll have community meetings. But here's the thing I'm going to do. If I don't say what I mean and mean what I say, I'm going to write up a legal document that says if I fail one time by my own hand, I'll be resigned. People need confidence. They haven't did a good job of showing us how good they are. They just have more money and they give themselves better press. It's not the truth. It's just press. So if it's exposed enough, you'll say, oh yeah, well, she was a good DA. We don't need good DAs. We need good men and women with a dream to restore the hope back to this country so that our children have a vision. Can I fix Social Security? You bet I can, because I worked on it long enough to know that we have to cut the fat of government spending. They spend billions of dollars on determination. Your other candidates won't know that because they don't deal with people individually every day. Mothers, daughters, fathers, veterans coming back from the war that need their Social Security as well. That's what I do every day. The only money that we make in the organization is when we defend the Social Security case because it's individualized and it takes a lot of time and effort to focus the energy to get that individual their benefits and their due. But everything else we offer free because the community, this very community, helps and others across the country, and membership by all disabled members. We're a disabled member organization. There are no able bodies in our organization. There are patriots in our organization. There are those that have the ability within that has been overlooked for so long. It ain't right that I got hit in the head. And that's okay. Democrats want to play that way? Bring it. That's what I tell them. Because those colors don't run. And neither do I. That's why Darren Dione Aquino's running for Congress for you. We don't want to run from Congress. We want to run into Congress and put out the fire. The fire and stop the hemorrhaging that every American is suffering today. How do we do that? We have to do that. That's why it was designed in the Constitution, we the people. It says clearly in the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, whenever there's a long train of abuses or usurpations, variably coming against the very same goal, like freedom, free speech, job opportunity. If a Congress that we've elected is coming against that, the Constitution warns us and says, do this. We are to throw off the guard and install a new guard for the future security of this nation. So right now, America, I'm talking to you. Because me talking to you is like talking to us. I'm not a politician. I'm an American that has hope in this country, that loves this country, that would give my life for this country. That's not a problem for me. It is if we have men and women in that office. And there are some great congresswomen. Listen, there's over 444 Congress members. But that's not enough. We need to put new ones in and get the bad ones out. In each of your states, you know who's proven good to your state. We keep that one. Because when we add new ones, then we can fall in line with somebody that's doing good, and then we can collectively put our thoughts and dreams together to restore this nation. Otherwise, we're going backwards. Make no mistake. We're going backwards. No jobs. No health care. We can fix Social Security. I could fix the health care and make Medicare and Medicaid the national coverage for all and get rid of other insurance companies. I won't tell you the whole plan now because I want to save something for the debate that they're going to try and keep me out of. Don't you know good candidates aren't seen? President Roosevelt was president for 3 terms. They made term limits a kind of him because parties got upset. It's not about parties. It's about people. The parties have gotten away from the people. Republicans and Democrats that they formed independent. Now you got these radical Tea Party people. They're focusing on their group. What happened to focusing on America and being Americans? I'm going to write a document that says if I don't do what I say, then I resign by my own hand. I will give half of the first year's pay to start what I want to have for our seniors and fragile in Nassau County, the Community Action Fund that has access to the community whenever there's an emergency need, a medical transport need, whatever it is. And I'm going to get more money to legislate from the federal government to start this fund. That $1 maybe of each person's tax money from the county will go into that fund. So if your mom or dad is sick and they need emergency help, you go to the Community Action Fund. Because it's about us rising up as a community, as a people, that we can say we the people of the United States that aren't so united now. What are we going to do? Well, I told you what I told you. Now tomorrow, I'm going to the election board, and I'm going to fight. Now, I hope all of you come out, and if they don't put that line, I hope you write Darren Dione Aquino. But go to the website. Let's rebuild America, one state at a time, one life at a time. That's what it's going to take. Or we could be bullied and run like cowards and let them continue to abuse our veterans and deprive them of the services that they went and gave the ultimate sacrifice, and those that came back broken were pushed aside. If you're a real American, you won't allow that. They were intimidated because my sign said, if you love America and our veterans, you'll vote for me. The message is for you to go and look at me. Why would I say that? Why am I making this YouTube? Because they have money to defeat our principles and purposes, to implement theirs and forget ours. If you're a real American and you're watching this YouTube, prove it on November 4th and come out and vote Americans for Veterans. That line was made for them. I didn't make it a line about me. I made it about them. Because if they don't care about our veterans, how much more do you think they're going to care about you? Senior citizens buying dog food for dinner. Your mom, your aunt, things you don't know about may be out there doing that because they may be too embarrassed or ashamed to say that they have less. But our country put us there. And our congressional leaders did that because they didn't lift our lives up, they put them down. We can't have that, America. I love you all, and God bless the United States of America. I'm Darren Dione Aquino, and I'm running for Congress on November 4th, 2014 in District 4. I hope you support this as an American, because we can do this together. I won't do it alone, but together we can win everything and bring this country back on its feet. God bless you all.